Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. Now today we're going to go over the top 5 tips to help you improve in the Nightfall Cup. The Nightfall Cup being this month's Silph meta, it is one that personally I enjoy quite a lot, and I have been doing quite well so far, if I do say so myself. So today I'm going to share the top 5 tips to help you guys improve in your Nightfall Cup battles. The first tip right off the bat, and I am sorry I have to say this, but give in to the Frostlask and Galarian StunFisk meta. These two are at the top for a reason. Frostlass having charge moves that can hit every single thing in the meta without a doubt. Give or take a Bibarel. Just don't play Bibarel. We'll talk about that a little later. Now the difference between the StunFisk and the Frostlass is that StunFisk does require a more specific answer in the Pokemon that you're fighting, whereas Frostlass might seem really intimidating at first, but if she falls behind, she does not do very well. Frostlass does need to be ahead, so if you can apply pressure on the Frostlass with an energy or shield advantage, she will not enjoy that. StunFisk, on the other hand, is an unfortunate reckoning on every meta he's ever in. StunFisk just sits there, absorbs a bunch of charge moves, even like super effective moves. He can tank more of those than he should be. And he just throws back rock slides and earthquakes and things that often demand shields, and it is really annoying and unfortunate. But that is just one thing that you're going to have to give into for this meta. Put those two on your team. Number 2, the key to this cup is energy management. Now, some cups are more reliant on winning the lead or having your switch advantage, maybe having the switch timer up. But in this meta, it is all about having an energy and or shield advantage. If you can build it up on like a Frostlass or a Venusaur, then even the Pokemon that counter those are going to at least have to invest a shield if you can build up that energy advantage. There are certain ways that you can build your team to become more of a rock, paper, scissors. This would be people who like to play the Shadow Victory Bell, Charm users, and Galarian StunFisk. That is a common line. If you are going to play that, go for it. Good for you. Personally, in this cup specifically, I would recommend going for more of the energy advantage-based Pokemon, such as Venusaur over the Victory Bell, and perhaps Gallade over a second counter user if you've already got Metachan. Something that really can force some shield pressure and build up energy, as that is going to help set up the rest of your team, probably Frostlask and Galarian StunFisk, to come in and sweep. Tip number 3. Pick a Wildcard. Now, what does that mean? So in every meta, there's a few set Pokemon that every single team is going to have. Usually there's 3 to 4 Pokemon on every team that are going to be the same, and then it's up to the rest of your team that can really make or break how your battles are going to go. For this cup, a lot of teams are running Frostlass, StunFisk, a counter user, and then after that, it's kind of the Wild West. A lot of teams have Charmers, a lot of teams will have Noctowl. You could have Golbat instead of Noctowl if you want more coverage on the grass types or against other Charmers. Mudboys are also showing up, for example Swampert and Whiscash. Quagsire not as much, but if you really wanted to run Quagsire and you know how to make it work, go for it. Your wildcard picks should be Pokemon that you know inside and out. Pokemon that you are comfortable playing with so that you know exactly how to create a win condition with your team. Tip number 4. Use PvPoke. Put your team into PvPoke and see what the weaknesses are. This doesn't always mean you have to change your team. Now, if there is one Pokemon that your team has no answers to, for example, if you forgot to bring something that can fight out against a StunFisk or a Frostlass, maybe you want to change that. But other times, it can just show you things to be aware of. For example, my team is pretty weak to Gallade, so I'm almost always prepared to lead with my Gallade and try and just fight out the mirror. One time I did decide to change out my team. I decided I had enough coverage on the Galarian StunFisk already, so I switched out my Swampert for a Wigglytuff to have extra cover on the Gallade, and let me just tell you, I was not nearly as comfortable playing Wigglytuff as I am Swampert, and it showed in the rankings. And number 5, know your specific Pokemon. Now, I'm not just talking about the matchups that they win, the matchups they lose, and how long it takes to get to each move. I'm talking about the IV spread, your specific Pokemon. Is your Frostlass going to win CMP over another? Is your Gallade going to survive that one extra confusion in the mirror? Now, this does tend to come down to specific IV spreads, and so if you are not as invested in learning how all the IV spreads, that is okay, actually. This is more of just an intuition, just getting used to feeling out how your Pokemon work. I've been using my Frostlass, which has a pretty bad IV spread in terms of PvP IVs, but it'll win CMP, so I've gotten so used to that if I were to switch out my Frostlass right now, I would probably lose a lot more matches. It can change the entire way you play the game, so just get used to your specific Pokemon. And if you are going to trade out for a higher ranked Pokemon with better IVs, be careful. Just understand that it could change a couple matchups. And lastly, our bonus tip. Save your shields. Remember, this cup is not always about switch advantage as it is the shield and energy advantage. Those are way more important. Hold off on your shields. See if you can see what their whole team is before you decide to invest shields in something. Having a Frostlass saved up in the back with 2 shields is far more deadly than trying to line up your Charmer exactly onto their Gallade. Even though, yes, Gallade is going to go down in like 4 charms, your Wigglytuff is probably going to have to expend a shield on whatever's coming in next to farm it down. That could leave the opponent at an energy advantage. That is not good for your team. I hope these tips can help you improve in your own gameplay through the Nightfall Cup, and leave us a comment down below of which meta you would like to see us tackle next. It doesn't necessarily have to be Silph. We are totally prepared to tackle GBL, Great League, Ultra League, Premier League. We are ready to tackle all of those, as I do think there are different things that you should be doing in each of those metas. Play the best that you can. Thanks for watching, and we will see you all next time.